There's nothing better than going to a concert where you love both the headliner and the opening act. As a team of expert concert goers, we love the feeling of a perfect match, but unfortunately, that's not always the case. This year, concert attendance is up by 4% with 151 million fans attending over 50,000 Live Nation events. The number of new artists is also growing rapidly with a 1.7 million increase just last year, according to Chartmetric, making the jobs of promoters and booking agents a lot harder. This ultimately leads to more shows where the opener and headliner have different sounds, creating a subpar concert experience for everyone involved.
So with that, we are eager to announce True Live, which is an app that essentially is data-driven as well as fan-powered to get artists into the right supporting acts that are more relevant for each other. And then by doing this, we are allowing fans to become essentially ambassadors for their favorite artists, so that they can swipe through potential headliners that they think each artist would be best suited for.
Yeah, and by handing over the power to the fans, decision makers can now clearly see who should open for who, making cohesive bookings, a richer discovery, and an engaged fan community who just want to support their local artists via gamification. And so it's fun for anyone involved.
And it's powered by a variety of different data sources. We've got Spotify data as users come in and the fans log in, authenticate, and we learn what their favorite artists are. We've got Chartmetric to get artist data, Songkick to get event data, and we also have other sources for management data or other venue information. But where it gets really interesting is this mix between Chartmetric and the proprietary data we're going to get through that swiping, matching, gamification element in True Live. So we notice in Chartmetric, it's this amazing chart you can see, Saint Motel are coming to New York, Quarters of Change are a local band, maybe they're a great match, and you can see through the tool. But when we plugged in someone who's emerging, less than 2,000 followers, there isn't any of that match data, there isn't any of that similarity. So that's where the user data comes in. By fans swiping through which headliner should this local band support, the shortlist will be delivered to headliners, to booking agents, to venue and concert promoters to say, here are 10 bands that are in New York, ready to go, and would love to play with your headliner. How do we make that match? Well, it's like a percentage match with a little heart. 50% of it is genre match and similar artist data from those platforms. 20% is similar demographics, but 30% is exactly that human-driven fan match from the app. And we don't want anyone gaming the system. We want to make sure the best artists rise to the top. So, we're boosting artists in there who have great popularity or rank scores in the platforms. The growth trends are super important, percentage change over time. But then we have the tastemaker element, local New York tastemakers recommending who they think are great and should be on a bigger stage and kind of helping those rise up. They'll get a little badge. They're more likely to be showing up in the feed.
Obviously, though, we're not perfect, and one of the main limitations that we have is painting that accurate picture for those early stage artists. We've decided to mitigate that by relying on genre data until that fan data gradually increases and comes into the app. Another limitation that we have is major labels may want to emphasize acts that are currently on their roster, but we believe that this app has the most impact on those small to mid-sized artists that aren't necessarily signed or associated with the label, which leads into our launch plan.
All right. So for the launch plan, we have goals of app adoption as well as usage, and we are achieving that by several different ways. One being leveraging the networking effects. So in a sense, as one band joins, they have their subgroup of fans that they want to use to promote their own profile. And with each new band joining this app, you're gaining this fan experience as well, which is a beautiful snowball effect, if you will. And then second of all, we want to start on a smaller community basis. So in this instance, we're going to use New York's indie rock scene, and associate ourselves with the mid-sized and small venues. So think Baby's All Right, Brooklyn Steel, and the agents and promoters that are associated with those venues in order to target that specific area, as well as the tastemakers that was previously mentioned. And then lastly, to make money.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's your time. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Danica. I want to thank you guys for your presentation. Judges, questions? Bryce, go ahead.
Yeah, how would you monetize this? Go ahead and tell me.
I will happily tell you. So as you can see here, we wanted to do a freemium subscription model. So that essentially starts with, obviously the fans wouldn't pay for anything, but the promoters, the booking agents, the artists can opt for a more wide variety of swipes, which gives them a more broader spectrum of performances. Oh,
And
and then as well as
also,
partnerships, yeah.
yeah, we definitely see venue partnerships and sponsorships. Doc Martin presents the next exciting shoegaze band from New York. Feels like a good.
Any other questions? Bryce, go ahead.
Yeah, one more. How does this compare to any other competitors that are trying to help promoters do this in the market currently?
I can take this. I mean, I think for starters, it does have that more fan connection because it is so personalized. Because you're uploading your Spotify taste and everything, the app already gives you a sense of what bands you like. But having that initial fan, like they can literally search up a band to kind of get on the radar, like this is who I want to see. And it's also more locally organized, so you're welcome to you kind of have your favorites within your local community that each individual person is going to more likely gravitate towards.
I can
Yeah,
also
and it's
jump in here as well. Well, like if you compare to Songkicks focuses on concert discovery, but lacks artist matchmaking, and Reverb Nation offers artist promotion but no real-time tour integration. And if you compare Live Nation and AEG, traditional promoters, but they don't have that fan engagement aspect. I think the advantages to this app would be, the data-driven matchmaking that ensures the best artist pairings and fan-driven engagement that creates a deeper audience connection, and cost saving for artists and venues, making touring more efficient.
Okay, and that concludes the Q&A portion of your presentation. Thank you guys so much.